welcome back to Turn the Game, the podcast where we talk sports from a everyday guy's perspective, as if he is your local barbershop or bar. No punches are pulled, no F's are given. Just some guys letting you in on our respective opinions when it comes to sports and culture. I'm Frog, and I'm here with two of my three co-hosts. I got Chris J.
Oh, what up, everybody? How you doing today?
I got Philly Phil with me.
What up? What up?
Coach Junior is incognito. Actually, he's not incognito. He is preparing for surgery. So, prayers up to Coach Junior. We are live in Blacken Studios on this March 31st, 2019. First and foremost, we want to give a rest in peace shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He tragically passed away today at the age of 33. One of the greatest to do it. We're going to give a moment of silence for Nipsey. All right. Are y'all with me today?
Yeah, man, for sure, man. We here.
Heads.
I was just, man, I'm just shocked, man, by this news. I just heard, about Nipsey. I've been banging his CD, man, for the whole last year. I didn't know nothing about Nipsey before, and I became fond of his music and who he was as a person because he did a lot of things for the black community out in Los Angeles area. Mm-hmm. And to hear this news, man, it blows my mind. That was a good dude, man. Somebody gunned down a good dude.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
it's crazy as it seems. It seems to be a running theme when it comes to our heroes. They always seem to find the same demise. They never get to ride out into the sunset gracefully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's always in a hail of bullets, and it seems to be the same. It seems to be the same everywhere. It's always seemed like it's
gunplay.
It's premeditated, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Cowardness.
I mean, dude was doing a lot for the community, man. He wasn't just no rapper, you know what I'm saying, out here in these streets. He was doing things for the community. I mean, dude had a whole, was that a block or a whole shopping center full of stuff for, people that didn't have as much as others. And, man, to get gunned down like that.
Man, I mean, it's, like I said, cowardice. Man, you got a problem with somebody. Just, hey.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, I wasn't ready for that one. But
I mean, I wouldn't either. I got a phone call. The wife called me and said, "Hey, Duke lost." I was like, "Yes." And then she was like, "Nipsey Hussle died. He got shot 6 times in front of his store." I was like, "What?"
Wow, 6 times, man. And apparently, a couple more of his entourage got hit too. They haven't released any of that information yet, but apparently 2 more guys are in critical condition as well. So. Prayers out to those 2 dudes.
He survived by 2 children and his girlfriend Lauren London. So of ATL fame. So
man,
prayers and thoughts and prayers go out to them as well.
For sure.
We got some young African American kids that's fatherless over some bullshit.
Yep. Some
senseless bullshit. So yet again, we go down this road. It's crazy how we do ourselves. We can't just lift each other up and empower each other. We let the powers that be make us smoke each other out.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yep. I mean, it's crazy how I mean, jeez.
Either they sending you to jail on some trumped up bullshit charges from 50 years ago, or they killing you, or they shooting you. Shooting you dead in the streets.
They pick and choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, because look at the Cardi B situation. She has admitted to drugging people
and
robbing them. But you don't see nothing happening to that.
No.
Cause man, she in a Pepsi commercial. She doing the whole crap for them. That's what they like. That's what she is doing exactly what she is told to do for that train, for that money train. Nipsey is the complete opposite. He is not going commercial so he can prop up your propaganda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's lifting up his people.
I hate the fact that he lost the Grammy too, because that Grammy should have been his.
Yeah, man.
It should.
Sure.
Cardi.
I mean, I don't. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Cardi, she made history by being the first female rap artist to win the rap. So
Right.
I give her credit. She put in the work. Now, was it a publicity thing? Was it because they favor her over maybe a type of Nipsey Hussle? Probably. But I don't take nothing away from her.
I mean, I don't take. I mean, I just think that like Nipsey did that album. I mean, himself. He didn't have no ghostwriters like Cardi. He didn't have all this. That's all him.
Yeah,
and then you take into consideration the stuff that he is doing for his neighborhood. Cardi ain't doing nothing but teaching girls how to try to get men to buy them stuff and all this stuff that they can do. That's why I don't like my daughters listening to it.
Well,
so I mean it's more than that. I think they did that because of all the stuff that's going on with the women right now and the Me Too movement and all this stuff. So what else to do to make history than have a woman win a Grammy?
Where we differ and where I disagree with you on is she rap about what she know about. What she's doing overall, in my eyes, is empowering little girls to be themselves and make it out of whatever situation they in and be a better version of themselves. She's rapping about what she know about, and that's what she came from. She ain't telling these little girls necessarily, hey, you need to go do this, do that, get some money.
Have you heard the album?
Lyrics is lyrics, man. This is rap. Everybody's lyrics is trumped up and made up in a way to where it sounds good.
But when you in that situation, your lyrics
she is a business owner. She's a female business owner. She has her own. She don't need no nigga for nothing. So that's where I'm saying she's a role model in that sense.
In that sense, yeah. But there's a lot of other ones in that sense.
I ain't saying little girls need to listen to her lyrics and take it to heart.
But
they do need to see.
That's what they do because they
do need to see
stuff.
that she is a positive role model. She is a mother. So we don't need to tear her down because she got the Grammy
I'm not tearing her down.
Nipsey.
I'm just saying that, like I said, when you get an album of the year, whatever, if you put in all that work, you write, you do all this stuff.
It's publicity.
It should take more sense of somebody else writing it and you just performing it.
It don't never. Kanye should have had all kind of Grammys.
I mean, he
Beyonce should have had all kind of Grammys,
and she should have.
That she didn't get.
And that's basically. I understand it's a publicity stunt, but that's just what I'm saying. That's why I don't watch them stuff. That's why I don't watch no award show. Because the person who deserves it never wins it.
Never.
So that's why I don't.
Jay-Z ain't won a Grammy yet.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can't even name a Cardi B song. Honestly, me personally.
It's cool.
Never listened. To
I didn't bang the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so I ain't ashamed to say it.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying
her shit go hard.
No, I'm not saying
I ain't gonna say that.
I said Cardi B go hard.
Nah.
Real talk.
Nah.
But
I'm surprised you can understand what she's saying.
come on, man. But anyway, I'm a fan. But we back. I mean, I'm just saying I understand. Nipsey had a great piece of work. It didn't happen to win. That's unfortunate, and it's really more unfortunate that he won't get a chance to try to redeem himself in the future because of this senseless act that's occurred that's taken this man's life.
Well, man, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Like you said, Phil, I will be bumping Nipsey.
Boy, I was bumping Nipsey earlier.
For
a cool minute. I'm going back and get all this stuff, man. Bumping
Last
it all.
time that I checked.
Huh.
Yeah. And man, I don't know what to say.
It's great. It's crazy. This dude, like y'all alluded to, man. He's a pillar of his community. He came up from nothing, and when he got a chance to get money, he didn't sell out. He built up his community.
Yeah,
where he from.
Yeah.
He did what you're supposed to do when you get money. And you're supposed to go back into your community and build your community up when you get money. You don't run away from your community and then talk about where you came from. A lot of these rappers, they get famous, they leave their community, but they want to rap about where they from, but they ain't doing nothing in the community. He's the complete opposite.
You don't see him in the hood no more.
Exactly, but he's the complete opposite.
So
that's why you see a lot of these cats on YouTube talking about, such can't come back to the hood no more. Whatever,
pay taxes or whatever. And then the fact that he was doing something even more with the fact that he's making albums with, well-known people from the opposite side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? YG, Kendrick Lamar, all these cats, man. And I mean, it ain't, you know, he was breaking down walls and trying to bring it together, even though he was from '60s. You know, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to make the hood better.
Right.
You know, because it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot for somebody to say, you know what, I was raised like this for this long, representing '60s Crip. You know what, I'm about to go do this song with Kendrick. And I think even in one of the songs, Kendrick's like, he's a way better Crip. You know, that's what Kendrick said about Nipsey.
He's a way better Crip.
Yeah, cause he said some of his homeboys was like, you gonna go do a song with him because he you know, he a Crip.
That's right, Chris M. Rest in peace, Nip.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Nip. I like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm banging everything. I'm going back to 2012, 13.
You better get back to 2010. Hit that.
I'm buying everything.
Yeah, Nipsey was real, bro.
Putting it all on repeat, just listening to it.
Let's not forget though, Nipsey will walk up on you and slap you, you know.
Oh man,
slap the taste out your mouth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I didn't see him do a couple cuts like that. I'm open fist, you know, open hand, like a.
Yeah, but I mean and think about that. Think about that. At his status, he could have had his boys. He could have had anybody do pistol play. But this man, he was a man about it. Walked up to him like, you know, I got a problem with you because you did this, you know, and put hands on him.
So it shows. What I'm looking at, and I'm looking at Wikipedia. I don't really pay much attention to because anybody can write this.
Manipulate that.
But it says he only had one studio album, which was Victory Lap.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch of mixtapes.
Yep.
He had Mailbox. The Marathon in 2010. The Marathon continues in 2011. Crenshaw in 2013, and Mailbox Money in 2014.
He got one called Slauson Boys 2. He also got one called Bullets Ain't Got No Name. He got one called Gang Injunction. He got one called TMC, The Marathon.
Yep.
Mailbox Money, Crenshaw. I mean, he got a lot of stuff, man. But most of it is mixtape stuff that he did.
Underground.
Stuff on Underground.
That's why I say, man, he didn't sell out. He didn't go mainstream. He just went mainstream off Victory Lap for the first time. You know what I'm saying? He could have been, and he was on record labels before. He just didn't do what they wanted him to do.
Right.
Sell out. Now I bet you they wanted him to do that clownish, hey, let's do the whole gang banging thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That these cats is out here doing on these raps. But they ain't really banging in the hood.
He kept it straight West Coast. I would say that.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't go do, because think about it, he came out around that time where that New Boys and all that little stuff was coming out from California, all the little dance tracks and stuff like that you seen on like High School High, whatever that little movie was. You know, he came out, You're a Jerk, and you know that song, You're a Jerk.
Hey, it's a Crenshaw, his mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z bought 100 copies for $100 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
It's 100,000 G's.
Mm-hmm.
He just that's Jay-Z. Like I like this shit so much. Give you $100,000 for 100 copies.
And the respect that he was doing it himself. He didn't come out. He didn't do it off no record label. And then I mean, Devil's Advocate. He could have did that, but hey man, look, come sign with me. You know what I mean?
Still rolling on.
You know. But yeah. You know.
Jay-Z.
Like, all y'all heard Victory Lap, right?
Man,
yeah.
What's your favorite song on Victory Lap?
Man, the whole CD, bro.
My favorite one.
I'm not even gonna lie, I bang them all.
Last time I checked, Dedication, Blue Laces 2. Man, I can go on and on and on. So,
which one do I play the most?
Buck, you got any thoughts on the Nipsey Hussle thing, man? You want to add?
I want to hear what you said earlier, because I agree with you on all that.
What? What are you saying?
What you said, the reason.
Oh, I mean, it's to me, it's black as day. I mean, it's white as day. What I feel like would probably happen. At the same time, I don't know. You know, this is me, just my opinion. But you know, he was doing too much good for the community. Yep. You know, like when we were listening to his music isn't, like you said, gang banging. Ain't about flossing or stunting. No, it's just about how we as a community can do better. how we have, as black people, have to look at ourselves in a higher light. And like you said, you had looked at his place. You know, what was all in there?
What's that?
You were talking about his business or something like that earlier?
Oh, yeah, man.
Like
He had T-Mobile, Boost Mobile. He had a tax service there. He had a clothing store. He had a restaurant.
And let's keep it
check
real.
cash
You know,
place, I believe, also.
and the
Check
most
cash.
scariest thing is, you know, having someone of power that you can't control.
Oh, yeah.
Or having someone who have great influence to you know, a community that you probably don't want. You know.
So I want to see how long it takes.
All
And then
our
with him-
listeners out
and
there,
then
man,
with him-
chime in. Y'all can say.
And then with him watching, you know, he was. I remember watching him on an interview he did a long time ago, and he's actually the one that educated me on Dr. Sabi. Sabi, it's not Sabi.
Simi.
No,
Simi.
it's not Simi.
Dr. Simi.
It's not. It's not. You're not
You're talking about
pronouncing.
the one he's doing the
You're pronouncing it
documentary,
wrong.
right?
Yes, Dr. Sabat. Crap. Now my mind's all messed up. But no, like, if you hear his story, this
CB.
That's not
That's
it.
all saying it right.
That doctor was actually arrested because he was practicing
Sebi.
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 Sebi. He was actually, his story is he was actually arrested in New York because he was practicing doctor. What's it called when someone practices medical healing, like doctor. He was a doctor, but he didn't have a license, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And but what he was doing, he was curing cancer and curing AIDS.
Huh.
He was arrested. He played his own lawyer, and they had to let him go. They had to drop all the charges, and then he somehow dies on an airplane years later. Yeah.
Wow.
So
he was doing a documentary that he had been working on it for at least almost, I want to say, 3 years now. You know, trying to tell the truth or tell his story. Now, a lot of people know Dr. CB because he has like a diet, the alkaline diet. You guys probably heard of that. That came from him. So yeah, I don't know. It's a sad thing. You know, Nipsey was young.
33, man, about your age.
Yeah, and I think he was, you know, about to, you know,
Blow up.
Yeah, blow up even bigger than just the hood.
Yeah, he was about to blow up, man. But I'm anxious to see how long it takes them to solve this, man. Because I watched that.
Solve
Still ain't
what?
solving this.
No, what I'm saying, no, listen to me, because it's gonna be on the same thing as this Biggie and Tupac thing. I watched that show on Net. Yeah, I watched that
It's
show on
unsolved
Netflix.
because no one wants it to be solved.
Right. But they know who did it. If you watch, did you watch that?
Yeah, no, I ain't seen it.
Watch
watch
Unsolved.
that, man.
Watch it.
It's pretty good.
No, it's
I ain't
real
watched
good.
it. Yeah, I ain't watched it either.
Like, watch it. It's real good on Netflix. They know,
So why ain't no one arrested?
huh? Because they keep
First of
hiding
all,
it.
the nigga that killed Tupac, he dead.
Yeah, he got killed in gunplay too, right?
He did, yeah. But
The
his
Crip dude.
Yeah, but his uncle finally told on him.
Yeah, no, he told on himself. Like, look his name up, and he confessed himself that he was the one who did it. And Puff's main dude, was the one who gave him the gun to do it that night because they didn't have no guns on them. So Puff played a part in it. You know, they talk all about it. It's all in that show. Watch it. It's worth the watch. And the reason why I say this is because it's going to be on the same thing. Because
I feel you.
LAPD, the main guy that was doing it, he was digging up all kind of stuff. All the police officers that was working for Death Row Undercover, and every time he brought that up, they pushed him back, and they ended up kicking him off until Biggie's mom came back, and then they was starting to tie all of it in. You know what I'm saying? But then every time they tied in, they'll push him back. You know, and things like that. So I think it's gonna be the same situation. It's not gonna be solved. They're not even gonna look for it.
Nope.
You know, they're gonna say
because with it being 2019, technology is way
Way
too
too
far. Way
way
too
too
far.
advanced.
If they can find a person who
already
bombed something and quickly point everywhere he's at, all that stuff,
And you telling me that this man is a millionaire? He ain't got cameras. He got check cashing place over there. You tell me he ain't got cameras? And he ain't got cameras at the store? I guarantee they know.
I'm racist. Nipsey deserved to die. He was trash, and you are trash too, player. Holla back.
Wow.
I'm
that's sad.
racist.
Holla back.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Holla back.
I'm racist. All right, Ray.
But yeah, so just a sad day, and
Anyway, I think
hopefully it just keeps everybody together.
It
And,
brings us more together.
Yeah, and just keep moving on.
Yeah.
Bump his songs.
right, for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take a A pause for the cause, man.
Ray, I hope you grow a cyst in your throat and you can't talk no more.
We're gonna take a pause for the cause.
Turn on.
If you're looking for a good podcast to listen to, check out AKA Steve and Demi. I'm Steve.
I'm Demi.
And Demi, I understand we're getting some good reviews for the show.
We've got some great reviews, Steve. LA Times says exceptionally clean, smooth, and easy drinking. CNN said smooth, I mean really smooth. Spirit Journal, impeccable quality, delicious.
I don't know that those sounds like things you would hear from the LA Times. What are you reading?
I'm just reading the label of a liquor bottle, actually.
That sounds appropriate.
Yep.
All right, AKA Steve and Demi.
You can find us on any podcast library, apparently. I guess we've really made it in the world. Just search AKA Show.
Join us.
Hey!
We are back.
Hey!
We are back live in the studio. And this is...
March Madness, baby.
We're still talking March Madness, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the definition of madness.
Yeah, for sure.
Upset City,
the
baby.
definition of madness.
Because I don't think anybody predicted UNC and Duke out.
Not going to the Final Four.
I think the only number one team is Virginia.
Yep. And I thought they was going to lose.
So the Final Four is set. We got Texas Tech versus Michigan State. We got Virginia versus Auburn.
Yep.
Fellas, predictions.
Okay, Texas Tech versus who?
Michigan State.
Okay, Michigan State. Nah.
No, yeah.
I got Texas Tech. Them boys go hard. And then
Cold.
you got who?
Auburn versus Virginia.
It's a trash Final Four.
I ain't trash, man. Auburn they balling without their superstar.
Auburn balled out today.
Yeah, that's the problem. Ain't no superstars in this Final Four.
Man, Texas Tech got that freshman dude.
Nah,
Culver.
he ain't no superstar though.
Man, that dude
he
is
ain't
going on.
Yeah, you know everybody's wanting to see
Zion.
Duke and them boys.
Yeah, they want to see Duke and UNC. You know what I
North
mean?
Carolina got a little star power with the little dude with the hair.
Yeah, we don't got it. This is what we got.
Trash that we left with.
It ain't trash, man. I think it's good.
Man, I'm not even looking forward to it.
You got a 1, 2, 3, and a 5.
I'm not going to try because they made it. Them 4 teams made it. You know what I'm saying?
And they beat good
They
teams.
beat somebody that was supposed to be there. Pretty much. So, Michigan State balled today, man. I thought, I don't know.
I just think that somehow it's set up for Tom Izzo to make it to the Final Four every year. I don't like it.
Why you think it's set up? Why come it can't just be good coaching?
I just don't
He's
like
a good
it,
coach.
man. Nah,
I mean,
man.
like it's set up for Duke to make it to the Final Four every year, and you don't complain about that.
He got away with murder, man. He got away with them sexual allegations on that campus, and ain't nothing come down on him. It's crazy. And then he get to go to the Final Four every year.
Hey,
It's
man.
crazy.
Did they go to the Final Four last year? I'm just curious. What did they do last year?
I don't know. They went to the thing.
No, I think they only made it to I think they got beaten Sweet 16 last year.
Nah.
The last couple of years. They was talking about it today, I believe. But, it is. What are they? They were a 2 seed?
They're a 2 seed.
Yeah.
So they had the potential to make it.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't even been a 2 seed though.
Why not though?
They didn't even win. They didn't win the Big Ten.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. In the tournament, they did. They didn't outright win it, but they won in the tournament.
The tournament, that's come on. That shouldn't even count.
Why?
Because they didn't win the league.
I tell you what,
That's
though.
how the Big 12 do it, and
Cassius-
everybody else do
I
it.
do Cassius for them. Balls. Big Ten Player of the Year.
That's how everybody do it. Like Kansas may win it outright, but the tournament they may lose.
Who won it? Texas Tech won outright and in the.
So
Big
last
12
year,
tournament,
it was Villanova, Michigan, Kansas, and Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago in the Final Four.
The year before North Carolina, Gonzaga, Oregon, and South Carolina. Michigan State hasn't been in the Final Four since 2015.
I don't care. I still stand by what I said.
And then before that, they wasn't in until 2000. It's like every 5 years they're making it.
I just don't think that dude should have got away with what he got away with.
But what that got to do with the team, though, Frog? That's
everything.
personal. That's personal.
Everything.
That's personal, though.
Everything.
His team balled out.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with his team.
You know what I'm saying? That his players balled out. Him getting those sexual allegations has nothing to do with that team.
It's not him. It's not his allegations. I just want to clear that up. It's his players were allowed to do these things and get away with these things.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. That stuff probably happens on every college campus.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? And some of it gets brought to light and some of it doesn't.
But when it does, No,
I'm not saying it's not all right. I'm not saying it's all right.
Justice needs to prevail when it does.
Right.
Not this. He was defiant. He didn't want to talk about it. He wouldn't acknowledge it. He wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Give any kind of empathy.
But think about Urban Meyer.
The females.
Think about Urban Meyer.
What about him?
His coach that he hired was beating his wife, and nothing happened out of that. He got suspended for 2 games. The dude got fired, and he knew about it ever since Florida.
Is Urban Meyer coaching right now?
He retired.
He was probably forced out.
It don't matter, but
he was probably forced out. He ain't coaching, so that's
now he's an AD. Oh wow! Okay. Come on, man.
But he ain't in the spotlight.
Hey, it's the same thing that goes on everywhere it comes out. Yeah, I agree with you that justice needs to be served, but that has nothing to do with him coaching this team.
It has everything to do with him. He's allowed to coach. He's allowed to keep going on and doing the same things he's been doing when he's allowed his players, former players, current players. I don't know the situation, but I know that he was
against current players. So you can't say that.
He was his teams were accused of certain things, and nothing happened.
That's up to the justice system, though.
But I wouldn't talk about it either. If I was a coach, if something came up to me, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not going to incriminate my players, myself, or this school. I'm not gonna talk about it. Let the justice system handle it.
Wow. So, are you victims out there that were victimized by anybody that played for Michigan State? I apologize on behalf of them motherfuckers because they didn't.
Well, yeah, I mean we're not saying that we condone that, but what we're saying is that his current players that he's currently taking to the Final Four,
2019,
that has nothing to do with
them. He wouldn't be taking them to the Final Four had they took care of business like they were supposed to when this shit happened. Anybody else, it'd have been a done deal.
No, it wouldn't.
If that was Avery Johnson, and he was good as
what the hell does those allegations have to do with his current team that he coaches right now? What does that have to do with those players?
Do you not hear what I said?
That has nothing to do with those players.
Did you not hear what I said?
That has nothing to do with those players.
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about him.
But the players did it.
I ain't say nothing about the players. I said
the players
got
did
to the
it.
Final Four.
But he was told about what was going on, and he did nothing. He was told about what happened to them girls by his former players, and he didn't do shit, is what I'm saying. Why is he still a coach?
We're talking about his team going to the Final Four, his players, Frog. Who gives a damn about the coach? The players on the basketball court.
I mean, but I kind of see where Frog's coming from, though.
The fuck is
I understand. I understand where Frog.
If it wasn't for the coach, the players probably wouldn't be in the Final
Four. You can't say that.
We can't say that.
You can't say that.
But here's the thing.
If he's not coaching, those kids are not at that school.
Let's flip a coin. It's gonna come up heads or tails.
If he's not coaching, those kids are not at that school.
But there's a chance. What? But what we can say, Chris, though.
But
what we can say this, though, Chris. If he was not there, we don't know if they would have made it to the Final Four.
We don't
correct?
know exactly.
We don't know that. But the chances, because he's not a bum coach.
No, he's not a bum coach.
He is a top-rated coach of all time.
And here's the thing, though.
Wait. Of all time, not just, like a quick, he's a top-rated coach of all time.
Right.
So he probably did have a lot to do with just the way he runs that program up there. And if he's going off that program, that whole basketball program will probably be a little shot.
So we penalize those current players that had nothing to do with it. Is that what we're saying?
I don't think none of us are saying we penalize current players.
Let me answer that. I don't give a fuck about the current players. They would get a scholarship somewhere else. They ain't got to play for Coach Izzo. If Coach Izzo did something illegal, violating rights of women who are being violently abused by players of his on his team, and he ain't did anything about it, he don't deserve to coach.
That is an issue, though.
But that's an issue. But
these current players
the question is,
will get a scholarship somewhere else.
Hold on. But the question is, is it? Did you read everything about it and say Oh, he didn't do anything.
Dude, it was public knowledge.
What I'm saying,
it was all over the TV.
Yeah,
when
but his job is to tell the
interview,
AD, right?
They would try to interview him.
No, because I put it like this, and to kind of hit what to make it more reasonable. Just like if a senator of the United States did something racist back in the day, it's not law that they need to step down, but they need to step down.
Exactly.
Right.
They need to remove themselves from that position.
Right. So that choice, though, to have him still there is that AD's choice. It's the athletic director's choice.
He wrong for that too.
Right.
Well,
so his job is to coach. And he's gonna coach.
But no, as a human being,
As
he
a
should
human
have
being.
realized that, hey,
Just like that
what I
Virginia-
did let slide, I shouldn't have let slide. I'm going to resign.
Just like that Virginia senator who did all that racist stuff. Is he not still a senator right now?
Because it's not against the law.
He is still a senator
But
right
that
now.
doesn't make it right. And
It
I
doesn't make it
I don't
right.
think Frogg was saying that it was illegal, but it does not make it right to even
for him to do what he did to not quote unquote say anything about it, or he could have phoned the AD and the AD didn't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Only thing that we can go off is by what they put out there
and what his actions were.
And what his actions were. I'm not gonna talk about it.
And that's BS.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about it.
How you know to address it at least?
But what if his AD told him not to say nothing?
It don't matter. It don't matter. Real talk. It does not matter. At that moment, you have to put other people's lives.
Dude, don't you got daughters?
Yeah, you got to put other people's lives in front of just your money.
Daughters.
He needed to be
Well, I
like,
got daughters.
hey, y'all, this isn't right, and something needs to be done at this program.
Would you want him to still be coaching?
I get that. I get what y'all are saying, but I don't think y'all understand.
But
we're talking about these damn players.
We're talking about 2019.
Coming out of high school, signing
about-
a scholarship to play with him. Who gives a shit that we got another scholarship somewhere else? You know what? Just like Jamont. He didn't get no scholarship, but to what school was that?
Man,
Some
what the fuck
trash
is you
college?
talking about? Yeah, you guys are talking about. All I said was my point was
You don't like Michigan State because of the coach, and he didn't get indicted.
that is my whole point.
And they shouldn't be in the
I can
Final
give a
Four.
fuck about his current players.
So,
They ain't got shit to do with what I'm talking about.
we're talking about the team that
'Cause
made
you-
it.
'cause
We're
those-
talking about the Final Four. We're not talking about goddamn Coach Izzo and his goddamn personal
I brought
problems.
this shit up because I can. This is my conversation, motherfucker. I can bring that shit up in the conversation.
sure
It's
can.
part of the conversation. They wouldn't be in the Final Four if he wasn't coaching. Bottom line,
We don't know that.
can't anybody just go
Frogg
in there
knows that.
and coach that team to the
Frogg
Final
knows
Four.
that.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: the one thing that they probably would have did is his assistant that's been in this whole little thing
He
this
wouldn't
whole
even
time.
he wouldn't
He
even
would
won
have
as
stepped
many
up.
games.
He would have stepped up and kept
he
the
wouldn't have
same
won.
thing.
He's
Come
not
on,
gonna
man.
keep the same.
Yeah, at the same
No,
time,
no.
there's no way for us to say that
Perfect
he
example.
wouldn't be
No,
able
no.
to get there.
Hold on. Perfect example.
He wouldn't have.
Perfect example. Bob Stoops steps down. Lincoln Riley steps up.
No, the program went down.
And
program
Lincoln
went
Riley,
down.
hold on, and Lincoln Riley led them still. He was the assistant.
The program went down.
Lincoln Riley is on the rise. He was gonna be. He was tabbed to be a head coach. I don't hear nothing about Izzo's assistants
You don't
being
hear about
tabbed
any-
to be
you
a
don't
head
hear about
coach.
anybody.
Because you want to know
I
why?
mean,
You
come
wanna know why?
on. You
Because
can't
they-
compare. Those are not apples to apples.
That's apples
It's
to
not
apples.
apples to apples.
Because when you're in the same system,
It's not.
you can step up and you can run this system the same way. If it's a
Exactly.
system.
And Lincoln
If it's a
Riley
system.
has tweaked it to his own liking. It's not
And
Bob
guess
Stoops'
what?
system
But guess
anymore.
what? Guess what? The assistant could have did the same thing. You don't know,
Hey
man.
man,
with these players.
anyway, I said what I needed to say.
Yeah,
about
you
what I
did.
said, what I wanted to
And you
say.
did. So
You know
let's
what
move
I'm
on
saying?
to it. Let's move on to another team.
It's
He
simple as
doesn't
that.
Let's move on to another
He
team.
shouldn't be
State's
coaching.
current players
They
because
shouldn't be in the
the coach
Final
should be
Four because
coaching them.
he wouldn't have. If he wasn't coaching, they wouldn't have made it.
We don't know that. So what about UVA and Auburn?
I got Auburn.
You like the coach? Are you sure you're okay with the coach? Bruce Pearl. I'm sure Bruce Pearl did something fucking crazy before.
He has. He owned up to his shit.
So you
And
okay?
he took his lumps. He went and he coached down at different colleges, and then he rose back up.
So you're okay
he
with
took
that?
his lumps,
Okay.
but he didn't do no crazy shit like this dude. He was cheating. He was cheating as far as the NCAA is concerned, but he wasn't violating women's rights.
You can cheat the NCAA, and it's okay.
But so you said you got Auburn over UVA,
I got Auburn.
and of course we know you're not taking Michigan State, so you taking
Hell
who was it?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. What about you, Chris? Who you got?
I don't know. I'm gonna flip a coin. Who cares? Final Four, who cares? It can be anybody. Anybody can win.
So
I don't know much about Texas Tech's coach.
I don't.
Chris Barrett, he's pretty good.
I don't. I just don't like Michigan State. So I'm going for Texas Tech.
It's a good reason not to like the coach too.
So
No.
that's my thing.
It's crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy as hell.
So
I'm talking about fucking players.
I'm just
man.
saying.
I'm talking about nobody's coaching. I'm talking about the talent of his players. Did you watch the game today? That's those players out there making those plays, bruh.
Dude, where they getting their direction from? Where do they practice at? Who they
Well,
practice
I'm gonna
with?
tell you like
Who
this.
tell them? Who put them in the position to win?
Hold on.
'Cause it's not
Let-
going anywhere.
and this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Tom Izzo on his sexual allegations when he was on Outside the Lines. The thought that I was gonna hide something like that makes me sick. Izzo said to Michigan Live.
Are you
the
serious?
Thought,
Are you
thought,
serious? He's interviewed by Outside the Lines, and
the
this
thought
is
of that makes me sick. It never was. That was the big compliment on me and Mark Dan Antonio and Mark Hollis. It was never hidden, and it never will be hidden.
They hushed those women up and they pushed it under the rug because they're a big program. They make all kind of money. It's all a big cover up, man. And you reading that Outside the Lines bullshit, that's propaganda.
I've kicked kids
It's
off of
propaganda.
drugs. I've kicked kids off of bad academics. So I'm not going to kick
But how do
somebody
you
off
know
of sexual.
what you know
That's
is the
insulting. That's
Bad
insulting to me.
academics. Come on,
How do
man.
you know what you know is the truth?
That's what I'm saying. It's right here.
By that man's actions, that one interview that he finally did, come on, man. I'm not taking that as God. I don't believe a word he say.
It's three
Period.
sides. It's three sides to every story, Frog. You got to understand that, man. You take one side and you go off with it. It's three sides to every story. Break it down, homie. Don't just believe the first thing that you hear. Oh, his actions.
Man, fuck you. That ain't what I did.
That's what it sounded like you did.
It was
'Cause
plenty. It was plenty.
You're
Man,
downplaying
dude,
this man.
dude,
You're downplaying this man's interview.
Dude,
Come on, man.
my
Come
daughters
on,
would
man.
never go to Michigan State.
And that's
Nobody told
fine.
you to take
Never.
them to Michigan
And that's
State.
fine.
Never.
And that's fine.
Never.
It happens at every college, not just Michigan State.
They won't go to Baylor. Baylor, they took down everybody.
Yeah, they
Big
did.
up for Baylor because they
Yeah.
had the nuts enough to take down everybody. Take down legendary coaches, Art Browse. Take them down.
Yeah, hey, that's fine.
But you don't want to take down.
Ain't nobody
Izzo?
said.
Nobody said nothing
saying
about
don't
not
take them
taking
down.
I'm talking about
man.
these damn players that he's coaching right now. I ain't talking about the damn.
You don't want to talk about the issues. You want to talk about the players.
I'm talking about the issue.
You don't want to talk about
The
what's.
issue
You don't
that
want to
they're
talk
in the
about what's
Final
real.
Four
You want
right
to talk
now.
about some basketball. You don't want to talk about real life. These females is living the rest of their life scarred for life because they was fucking assaulted on college campus and nobody did nothing about it. And this dude's still coaching.
Big ups to you, Frog, for bringing it out
Man,
there
fuck
like
you.
that. No, I mean that's fine. You
Move on, man. Y'all move on.
You can keep effing me
Y'all
all you
move
want
on,
today,
man.
homie.
Move
It don't bother me.
Y'all can move on.
So you can say that again. Say it
We
again.
can just
Frog.
stop this right now.
It don't matter to me. Whatever you want to do, homie. We
can
having a
stop this right
conversation
now.
about damn Final Four, and you bringing up sexual allegations about something. We talking about damn
It's-
players,
it's
man.
part of
We're
the
talking
conversation.
about damn players, man.
Is it not part of the conversation?
We talking about damn players.
Is it not part of the conversation?
College
we can't
players,
talk about real
19,
life.
20-year-olds.
This ain't real life. We ain't talking about real life.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Huh?
bring up the real
Me
life
bringing up the
issues.
coach and his bull crap is
We're not
what?
even,
Am
we're
I?
totally off the subject of Final Four now. We're talking about damn sexual assault.
It's part of the conversation.
It's not a part of the conversation. The Final Four is part of the conversation. These damn players that made it to the Final Four.
Congratulate
You got
them.
5 players on each side of the damn court.
Congratulate the players.
That's all
Hey,
we're trying to say.
Congratulations to the roster of the Michigan State, the 2019 roster.
Appreciate it. You can say
Big
now.
up.
You could have just said, "Hey," and by the way, the coach sucks. For
What else
whatever
y'all
he
want to talk
did.
about?
So
What else y'all want to talk about?
Let's talk about Duke.
Hey, let's go to the break. How about that?
hey, we can
How
take
about
a pause.
go to a break?
This is Elijah Bailey
This is Richard Taplin.
from The Elijah Bailey Show, bringing you all the content that you could ever desire about anime, manga, comic books, martial arts, fitness, and more.
You can find us at Elijah Bailey Show on the official Facebook page and also Elijah Bailey Show without the W on Twitter and Instagram.
Make sure to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and rate on iTunes and Podbean.
Thank you for downloading this episode. If you're on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play Music, or whatever podcasting library you're listening to this show on, please rate and review. Those reviews and ratings help us tremendously. We thank you.
Thunderdome.
Westbrook, the crossover drive, and throws it down. There it is, that nuclear athleticism from Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook makes shot two. Here comes Westbrook, front court, Fortitude down to three.
All right, hey, welcome to the Thunderdome. We're gonna change speeds, and we're gonna talk about the Thunder and how they are losing and currently in 8th place.
Are they 8th place?
8th place.
Shut up.
Yes.
After today's loss?
After today's loss.
That's terrible.
They clinched it, but the thing is, what are they going to do? They got a couple more games left. They can move up to about, I think the highest they can move up to is like 6th or 7th.
They're going to end up playing Golden State.
End up playing Golden State first round.
Yeah.
Now, if they can turn around, they can be a dangerous first round for anybody. But with the current weight that these guys are playing, huh?
I mean, can they?
I mean,
at the current rate they're playing, can the Thunder really be
if they
a
turn
challenge?
around. If they turn around. I said if they turn around.
Okay. Bruh.
Right now,
I don't even think they turn around.
I don't know. I don't think they can turn around.
What do you feel like their issue is right now?
Coaching.
The coaching?
Yeah.
Because Dallas shouldn't have won that game today.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't. I think it's coaching. I think the reason why I say it's coaching is more on the lines of he's still right now trying to figure out.
Hey, fix your ear.
He's still trying to figure out his 6th, 7th, his other rotations.
But can you really blame it all on coaching? Because
no.
I watched an interview on Jimmy Butler the other day. He was on Hot Ones, and he was talking about they had asked him a question. What's the difference between college coaching and NBA coaching? And he was like, well, NBA is a lot different. He said because it's hard to tell a grown man
what to do.
What to do who gets paid more than you. So even with looking at the Thunder and the situation right now, how much more can we blame the coach for them constantly just missing shots?
Yeah, Russ is to blame a little bit. Steven Adams is to blame a little bit. Everybody has their own thing. Because to me, Steven Adams is not living up to what he's getting paid.
Y'all sure was riding his train at the beginning of the year?
I mean, no, but that's because Russ is giving him the
who was? Yeah, I think the Coach Junior called
Big Three.
We got the big three.
And I didn't agree with that. I think that was Chris and Coach Junior said
both
that.
of them was looking. Both of them had the panty droppers on Chris on Steve Adams.
Steven Adams.
Him with the government name. Steven Adams.
He's playing hurt right now. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? He's been playing hurt since probably.
But can you blame him? Or blame? I mean, can't he do what LeBron and other All-Star players do? Sit down.
Steven Adams is just not consistent.
They can't afford to sit Steven Adams. He's got to play hurt because they ain't got nobody behind him that's worth his salt.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that.
Organization's problem.
Noel can't do what Steven Adams does.
Not even close.
No. So I agree with that, but it all boils down to.
So with him being hurt, can they can't turn it around then, can they?
No.
No, it's done. They gonna get swept, man.
I said they win 1 or 2 games if they play Golden State first. They win 1 or 2 games.
They're gonna get swept.
I'm trying to figure out what they gonna.
I mean,
but I'm looking.
I didn't know he was hurt. What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Back. I think it's his back.
Something like that. Yeah, he's been playing hurt.
So he's probably that's a bad injury to keep playing on too.
What the hell happened to Roberson? Why come he never came back this year?
They don't want him back. They need to trade him. Like
so
we've been
he's
saying.
healthy.
I think he is. I think they just holding him out.
He was hurt more than what they thought because he re-injured himself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And so now they just like, well, we good because they thought they had a squad.
I mean, they thought that with Teamfrogg turning it around somewhat.
They got a squad.
With Teamfrogg turning around slightly this season, slightly.
I think that's what they was.
They was hanging their hats on. Teamfrogg coming in and doing something. You know what I'm saying? And Teamfrogg didn't. He showed glimpses, and that's why I was saying, hey, let Teamfrogg go while he's hot and get somebody else in. Get a Wesley Matthews in. Get somebody else who's gonna come in, a good 3-and-D player, and then now you ain't got to worry about Roberson.
I just don't think cats want to come here, honestly.
I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, because
if you come here and you leave, you're gonna be raw.
You definitely gonna blow up.
Yeah, you gotta make that sacrifice. Your sacrifice is playing Oklahoma ball.
I think with Russ, I think Russ plays better when he's like at a calm area. When he gets too amped up, that's when he he starts turning the ball over. I love
Man,
that dog in him. I love it.
Yeah,
but he needs to play under more control.
More control.
If he can do that, PG gonna shine. PG shining.
I don't know if y'all heard me a couple weeks or maybe it might have been last week. If Russ averages just 20 points.
Oh, we all said that. I said 15 and 10. If he averages that, they gonna win.
Let PG get his 30.
They'll win.
Then, everybody else is getting 15. They'll win the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When Russ is thinking he's old school Russ, where he can shoot every time, they lose the ball game.
And what's his field goal percentage?
Like 30-something, 40%.
Oh, it's trash.
This year for some reason it's went up since All-Star break, but this year for some reason like his free throws, his field goal percent, everything.
47% from the free throws.
So 47% is actually good, but his free throws went down to like 30%.
His free throws was terrible.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible.
He goes to the foul line now. I'm like
I don't know, but see, and then the thing is,
how give you an All-Star guard with a percentage that low?
Man, hey. My
Shaq
thing is,
type stuff.
Yeah, hey, my thing is
let's go foul Westbrook at the end of the game.
Hack a Westbrook.
Think it's that bad, but it's close.
It's bad. I mean, but I think
he's not gonna hit 2 in a row.
Either it's mental or that man's playing hurt, his shoulder or his elbow.
65% from the free throw line.
That's bad for a shooting guard.
He was 80% last year,
and he was 80% last year.
Terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Either that man's playing hurt with his shoulder or elbow shooting. Kind of like PG was when
but don't
PG
everybody
had
play hurt to an extent though?
Yeah, but on your shooting, like think about PG.
Don't most NBA players they probably do play hurt?
Yeah, but if you LeBron don't,
yeah, he makes enough money that he ain't gotta play hurt.
But no,
it's a robotic arm.
Yeah, if you think about PG last year, everybody was on PG's head last year, right? He had that surgery. And he's like, man, I was playing with this, and I had that surgery. PG, and once he had that surgery,
Paul George?
Yeah.
He had a surgery.
He had that surgery before this season started.
Okay. Is that the same one that's hurt now or whatever he's having some issues with?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he came out balling because that surgery helped him out. I think Russ didn't want to take out, especially if he was hurt and then PG got hurt. He knew that if both of them was out, Thunder wasn't going to do nothing. So I think he kind of played through it. But now it's playoffs time. He's going to play through it. And we'll hear about some surgery that he's going to have on his shoulder or his elbow at the end of the season. Yeah. I mean, because for you to go
he did have that knee procedure before the year started.
Yeah, and then think about it.
Before
about this.
This playing year?
You go
before the season.
You go from an 80% free throw shooting the same way to a 65%.
But free throws are a lot mental as well,
man.
It's mental, but your form and everything doesn't change. He's changing his form. His elbow, if you look at his elbow,
because his mind
is going in and out. Your form is it's like riding a bike. You know that, Frog. It's like riding a bike.
Markelle Fultz all of a
sudden. But you go to the free throw. You ain't shot a ball in how long? You go to the free throw line right now.
I still got.
You got your same form.
My routine.
Yeah, your form and your routine. And if you and even if it's mental, if you hurt slightly. You hit your funny bone, you hit your elbow on something real hard, and you go out there and try to shoot. You're going to change it to try to adjust because you're in pain. You're hurting.
Well, you're going to twitch.
Right. So
in the middle of your shot.
And that's if you watch him shoot free throws, that's what he does. It's not the same form.
I think he's thinking too much. To be honest
with you. Thinking about what?
He's all in his head, man. He's going to miss.
My shoes.
He's going to miss. He's thinking about he's going to miss.
It's mental for him, I think.
So, but I just think I think.
So if y'all do bump up to 7th place, who are y'all? Who's ranked number 2 right now?
Houston, I think.
Houston.
Denver not?
It's either Denver or Houston's one of them.
Denver got to be second. It's not Houston. Let me pull them.
Houston must be third.
Could y'all? So how far y'all really see y'all going? First round.
The first round says
0-4. 4. Then they're done.
Sweet.
Yeah, and Billy's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I think they need to get rid of Billy.
This will be what gets him fired, getting swept in the
let's think about this.
First round.
What y'all think about the Lakers shutting down LeBron?
I mean, what else
it's
they got?
Pointless. He needs time to go. Pitch a movie or pitch a show or
do Space Jam too.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's drop it.
They got what? 6 games left? 7 games left?
Yeah, but I mean, why even put him in that position?
I mean, if for team morale after everything that's going on.
They don't care about
that's
that.
done.
All them cats is
That's
gone
done.
this summer.
They don't even sit next to that dude on the bench.
Yeah, no, it's just done.
They're getting rid of all them dudes.
That's done. They don't even like that dude no
So,
more.
but here's the thing: with stuff like that,
Better team
what
gonna
would
come
make
in.
what would make you want to go play with that dude?
Your friends.
If
Your
you are,
friend.
if you're cool with him,
If you're cool with LeBron, you're gonna want to go out there, and you're also gonna still. I mean, let's not get it twisted. He's not just like a team player. He is someone that can still has the out of the whole league right now. Probably been to the playoffs the most, and also has a knowledge of the finals the most.
but you can see it's slipping. Like,
Well, he's getting older.
He's not. He's
Yeah, he
it
definitely
ain't.
same LeBron.
So, but what I'm saying is, even people that's cool with LeBron are saying that they don't want to go play with LeBron.
Like who?
Like
We'll see next year.
Kevin Durant already said that he don't want to
He
play
ain't
with
cool
LeBron.
with him for real, man.
But
Kevin
even
Durant don't
Kyrie
like
would
that
like
dude.
to go back to
I
playing
mean,
with him
but
again.
Kyrie would like to go back to play with him because now Kyrie see why he was tripping the way he was tripping.
Well, no, granted Kyrie was tripping off some stuff, but
No, I'm
at the
talking about
same-
LeBron. That's the reason why, because LeBron was tripping on Kyrie, and Kyrie was like, "Man, I want to be my own man. I want to
And
do
then
my
he
own
realized
thing."
that
And he
I can't do that. I need
realized,
LeBron
that's what I said.
tripping.
He realized why LeBron was tripping now that he got his own team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Kyrie has that, and Kyrie would go play with him, but Anthony Davis.
He would go play
Or
with
he
him.
realized there's a difference between Jaylen Brown and LeBron James.
And that's the issue. I mean, even though LeBron is not the same LeBron that we had in the 2000s, or not 2000s, or like that's like 2010 and Miami LeBron, he still got the highest IQ, period, of anybody in the league right now.
But he's not a great teammate.
He may not, but he's
not better than Rajon Rondo.
he has an IQ high enough that he has the blueprint to get you to the finals.
You're a contender if you're not the Lakers. If you put him on, if you
Not
put LeBron on your
sure
team,
that's true.
No, I think it's true. Just like, I mean,
He didn't even have the blueprint to get him to the playoffs.
I think this year it was making moves and adjustment in the West, because that's going to be a huge adjustment. And
he oversold his value by going to the Lakers. Now,
I think he wants
Because
the challenge.
you know, executives now are saying that they wouldn't even give up a first round for LeBron right now.
of course not. Of course not.
Well, you know,
He's
I
too
mean,
old.
yeah, he's too old now.
I mean, but
Y'all wouldn't give him a first round?
giving
Say
your
pick number 25.
look.
Y'all can have it. Give me LeBron. Y'all can have
Look,
that.
but based off your blueprint and putting him on the team, and he has a blueprint and all this other
Because
stuff.
think about it, this is his first year
3 or 4 years
ever not making it to
Not
the
ever. Not ever.
in the NBA league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
missed
been to
the
the
playoffs.
playoffs. He missed the playoffs before.
When?
Cleveland? What, his first
Cleveland
year?
His first year?
Yeah, Cleveland.
I thought that was 30
When he
years
was
ago.
19?
I think the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, when he was 19?
Yeah, but you gotta understand that.
But all I'm
How
saying
many
is
finals
that,
did he go to in a row? How many
Like
finals?
8,
Nine.
9.
Come on.
No.
but all I'm
That's
saying is that
crazy.
he has the high
That's
IQ,
nuts.
and he
That's
can
crazy.
he can build a team around him, and that's what he does. You're right. Player loyalty, it's not about player loyalty. It's about LeBron's loyalty. It's about LeBron being loyal to LeBron.
But
and his
LeBron
legacy. That's just what
LeBron
it
is old though now. So does that mean anything to a lot of these players now?
Yeah, just like when we brought Derek Fisher here. It still meant Derek Fisher ain't about to go out there and shoot no ice cold clutch 3-pointers, but he still brought the knowledge that's needed to help Oklahoma get probably the furthest they ever got in the playoffs.
LeBron needs more.
Wasn't it with Derek
He
Fisher?
needs more superstars.
It wasn't with Derek Fisher when
No.
y'all went.
To the finals?
Yeah.
No.
He was on the squad.
Nah.
Okay, my bad.
We had a young guy.
They made to the second round, which is where they always make.
We
it.
had Harden then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all had
yeah,
Harden that
yeah,
then. Yeah,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, we had that.
Derek Fisher's not.
But
is
you
not
know,
a good enough
even
example
I mean, Derek
for
Fisher's just like an
championship.
But
example.
I get what you're
You know
saying
I'm
as far as the championship DNA.
Yeah, the
Basically,
DNA, yeah.
As far as that's concerned.
I wouldn't give him championship DNA when you got
LeBron?
Shaq. And I'm talking about
He,
Derek
but
Fisher.
but
Oh,
he's been
no,
he's been
Shaq
no.
and
What
Kobe.
we're
right.
saying is he's been in that situation to
He's-
where he's heard
He
and he's
probably got
worked
the
with the
best little
Kobe. He's
chips.
worked with that. He worked with that to get that DNA to say, hey,
I feel
because
you.
look, think about Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, championship DNA. Does he have championship DNA? No, but he's bringing that to bringing what he's learned from playing with Mike and Scotty and Greg Pop.
Look, I think
As
he
far
is.
as far as
I think he got a little bit.
look, as far
Steve
far
Kerr.
as far as the knowledge, is not as far as the playing ability.
No, I'm just saying,
as the
he
knowledge.
hears Michael yelling in his
Yeah.
ear.
he has a story or
hears
two.
Pippen.
He'll tell a
And you know
story or
what?
two.
And sometimes all it takes is a story to help you get
Hey.
remotivated.
Because
Hey,
you
guys,
heard
y'all
the
remember-
soundbite. You heard the soundbite,
It was
right?
94 Bulls. Who was playing the playoff? We went in the playoff. We went in the locker.
Mike
this is what they
told
told
me.
you this.
Yeah.
So now I'm telling y'all this.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta go do this.
Because you heard the soundbite when he was talking to Steph, right? He was like, man, you got a better shot than Mike. But the thing is, you got to be like this because that's the way Mike was. You know,
that's
and stuff like
manipulation.
that. It's manipulation, but he can go back and say, hey, look, we won a championship because of that.
No, listen, you won a championship because you got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
I mean, yeah.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
I mean,
KD.
KD. I mean,
gotta be squad. But no, so so that's how I felt about next year. We'll just see if next year pops up and
what if you don't get
they don't
any
make it
free
back
agents?
to. That's what I
the
say.
thing.
If they go around next year, we look up.
Because
Trade
AD,
deadline
Are they gonna have
kills.
a lot of
We
cap?
didn't get no
They
good
got
free
all the
agents.
money.
they got the
Lakers?
money.
Yeah, they got all the money.
Because
Nobody wanna go there.
AD said that one of his second places to go would be Milwaukee.
That'd be what's up.
He did say that.
Milwaukee?
Yes.
Oh, God, more fools go.
But I'm saying, like, who? Isn't he a
You
four?
like fools go. That's why you're sad
a
about
four,
it. You're like,
right?
I'm going to have to get me a Milwaukee shit.
Yeah, he's a 4.
Isn't the
Freak is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's whatever you need him at, man. But just think about that length though, because they can play him at the 5 and go small ball, and then play Green at the 4. That's the big question if he can stay healthy.
I wouldn't really spend all that money on a dude that's never really there.
Y'all think he gonna go? Y'all think he gonna be a top rated free agent?
Oh yeah. He's number 1. Well, he's number 2.
His health issues?
He's number 2.
Yeah,
he's
they-
number 2
they-
behind.
They're gonna give him the money.
Because you'd rather have him
regardless.
than Steven Adams, wouldn't you?
Come on, man.
I'm asking. I mean, you guys are down to him. And,
Okay.
I know Steven Adams, y'all's boy and everything. But y'all rather have Steve.
He's number.
Apples.
You'd rather have Steve Adams? Well, my bad.
He's number 2. He's number 2.
You like his hair better, huh?
Who's number
You
one?
like his hair
KD.
I'd rather have LeBron for my 25th year.
You think KD leaving?
Yeah, I think KD leaving.
KD gone.
Hey, hold up.
He's not staying.
Hey man,
He's
y'all
fair.
hear Chris Stopps was
Charged with
charged
rape.
with rape?
I think they just
Chris
mad 'cause
Stopps, Porzingis.
Porzingis got charged with rape.
Charged with rape, dude.
Yeah, I think, but see, and not to bring back a lot of other stuff, but we say that, and then the first thing that really comes to our mind is he hit the chick, and the chick got mad, and now she's calling rape. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we think, because he already responded like, man, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? We had our little thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot that happened, and we all know that happens.
I just seen the headline.
Yeah, well, no.
I don't know nothing about it, but I just seen.
But
the
I'm just saying, but
He
that's
hit a chick.
you know what I mean?
Not like fist.
Not fist, no.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm over thinking like
He
he
had-
hit her. He beat man.
No.
They had relations.
They had relations.
Okay.
And you know, and that's
I don't know why I was acting so clueless.
hey, that's a lot
smash.
of that's a lot of stuff that's going on nowadays.
was like the
because
90s.
y'all remember that big Baylor.
And nowadays you
the big
can't say
dude from
hit.
Baylor.
You can't say hit.
It was a 90s word.
I smashed that.
The big dude, it was a big football player from Baylor that got brought up on rape charges, lost his whole football career. 9 years after that, the girl came and said it was all lies.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And that was part of the issue.
Right before the draft, right?
Right before the draft.
That stuff does happen.
And it happens a lot because these chicks are throwing themselves out there. But sometimes you get the Tyreek Hills,
very rare.
you get the Tyreek Hills, you get the Chris Browns. You do get those.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's been brought up with his wife though. They saying that he hit her again or whatever, some other stuff. So, but
like,
you do get
physically
hit her.
Okay.
Yeah, physically hit her. But you get a lot of stuff like that. So it's that, and that's why I said
physical abuse.
Yeah, he got kicked out of OSU for that, and that's why I say it's always 3 sides to every story. Like this chick, he leaves New York, and all of a sudden these rape allegations come up.
I mean, it's like Tupac when he got caught up.
Yeah, when Tupac got caught,
he didn't even touch the chick.
He didn't even touch the chick. The 2 other dudes did what he did. You know what I'm saying? And he the one who went to jail for it.
You always got people in their alternative motives. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think they set him up.
Yeah, they did. I think they did too. And the whole thing is like this chick.